Hi everyone, I'm Becky,
And I'm Sarah.
and we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we're talking about Roman and Jewel by Dana L. Davis, which I got off of NetGalley.
Same.
So this book is about Jersey James, who is 16 years old at the beginning of the book, and she has dreamed of being on Broadway forever. And she has worked for it. She's taken voice lessons, music theory, all sorts of stuff. And she auditioned, and she thought she was going to get the lead for this new hot Broadway show that is a hip hop opera. I'm envisioning Hamilton, of Romeo and Juliet. Well, at the last minute, they were like, "You were kind of our first choice," but Cindy, who is like this huge international, well-known star, wants to do it. So we're going to give it to her, and you're going to be her understudy, or her stand-in, which is like the top understudy. And so she's like, "I guess so." And so she's then spending her summer working on Broadway, where she meets Zeppelin, who is starring as Roman, who is the Romeo part. And they kind of have this attraction and they want to be together, but, two houses divided and they're pulled apart and there's all sorts of drama. But I feel like if I say anything else, I give away big plot points.
Yeah. It reminds me of Center Stage.
Kinda. So that was the thing. So Sarah and I were talking about this. First of all, the cover is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good idea. I think that Broadway musicals are so hot now that this book, there are so many 14, 15-year-olds. I don't love the fact, because when I first started reading it, I'm like, this is a great book for a 14, 15-year-old, but there's a lot of swearing in parts.
Yeah.
But I don't think that'll necessarily stop them. It just might make their parents mad at me.
It gets a little steamy, but not overwhelmingly so, but some 14, 15-year-old parents are not gonna like it.
Right. But I enjoyed it, but my problem was when it got melodramatic,
there were melodramatic, framework wise it worked, but the melodramatic points really kind of made it unbelievable, and the resolutions they don't work, they don't make sense. But it's almost like I forgive it because it's this romance for people of color that we don't have. You got,
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I think the demographic who this is written for is gonna love it. But I think as an adult looking at it, I'm like that. The epilogue doesn't quite work, and there's major drama at certain parts with Jersey and Cindy, and I'm like,
and it doesn't make sense.
But I think if I was 14 or 15 reading this, I would be all in.
See, the thing is, and even as we talk about it, I really enjoyed it, though. I did enjoy it. Yeah, the melodrama didn't make sense, but I still enjoyed the romance. I still enjoyed the concept of the Broadway world, and the setting was interesting, and even the characters I still liked.
Well, and I thought Zeppelin and Jersey's insta love was just too insta-y, but it's Romeo and Juliet.
Right, it's kind of expected. Right. Yeah, it was definitely insta love, but it's kind of expected in this scenario.
Right. But like you said, I really do think it's that Broadway angle, and the fact, plus the other thing, so you have Jersey, who is presented as a well-educated African-American teen, who had this dream and who has really worked for it and really earned it, and you don't see that a lot in YA Lit.
Yeah. I think there are certain pieces and parts that don't make sense, as it relates to her education. You're still not a seasoned Broadway professional, but I give it a pass.
Right.
And I don't really want to get into what specific part I'm talking about, but there is a part that I'm just that's convenient.
So, and there's a showdown at some point between her and Cindy, and I'm like, really? This is what
that was an intense showdown, and I'm like, what's going on here? Where are we going with this?
Right. I was kind of I don't know.
But I like it, and I'm going to recommend it.
Right.
And I'm going to continue reading stuff by her.
This was my first book by her, and I think, though, but here's the thing. I think when this book comes in, the new books come in, I put it out, I think that cover I'm not going to need to recommend it. I think that cover kids are going to check it out. And I think reading the description, I think the kids are going to check it out. And I don't think they're going to be disappointed. I think that they're going to want the Broadway stuff, and they're going to want the romance, and they're going to want the melodrama, and they're going to be like, yes, they're going to be all in.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we pick it apart, like framework wise and plot wise, it doesn't hold up to the test. But I think as a whole, just accepting it for what it is, like, it's a good book.
And I think it has to all do with like looking at it as an adult versus looking at it as the audience that it's intended to.
That's fair.
Because I mean, like when I was 14, I thought 90210 was the most brilliant thing ever. And this was nowhere near as melodramatic as 90210. So
the thing is, this would work. Like, I would like to see this as like a Thursday night TV show. Like, this would be perfect.
So this would totally work. Like my Netflix list. I have this list of things that Netflix should make. Like if you, like they did with Dash and Lily, if you took this and did like 8 to 10 episodes, like this would totally work as a limited.
Well, and I want to see this Broadway show. Like,
Right.
I want to see it. It sounds
Right.
so interesting. I want to see it.
I miss Broadway shows.
They should make it.
They should.
Make it.
Yes. I was like, do you remember Broadway shows in the before?
In the before.
In the before.
In the before. I'm hoping for the after.
Yes, because I have tickets and they keep pushing them back, but that's besides the point. So we should rate Roman and Jewel. So the rating system starts at top with 5 unicorns, we go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
So, like, I want to give it a 4. Like, I know I should give it a 3, but I want to give it a 4 because I enjoyed it so much, and, like, I am going to be pushing this book, so I'm going to give it a 4 because I am going to be, like, recommending it and pushing it.
So, like, I'm at, like, a 3.5, but I think I'm going to go to a 3. I did enjoy it. I think there are so many good aspects of this book. It was on my list of, like, one of the ones I want to read the most in 2021, and I think it's, so maybe I think I will go with a 4, too. I think I'm going to go with a 4, too, now that I talk about it, like, talking through it. Like, I wasn't disappointed. I was thrown by the drama. But like I said, I'm not the intended audience. Those people who are the intended audience are going to be all over this.
That's fair.
So that is where we are on Roman and Jewel. And we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.